Hey guys, it's Kathleen. Welcome back to my channel. It is the second weekend in December, and believe it or not, there are yard sales today. It is cold. It is in the 40s, going into the 50s, 60s later on, but you know, yard sales are early things. So it'll be a little bit chilly. I do have one on the list that is an indoor sale, but the pictures were like just meh, so I don't know if I'm going to hit that one up, but I'm definitely going to hit up at least one yard sale and one estate sale today. So if you're new to my channel, I'm a reseller. I troll yard sales trying to find things that I can flip online for a profit. So if you like reselling content, hit the subscribe button down below. All right, guys, let's get out there. Okay, you can't really tell, but the lady who was having this yard sale came up to me and started looking through my bag to see what I had put in there and talking to her friend in a foreign language, and it was literally the weirdest thing that ever happened to me at a yard sale. I'm just going to put this on this chair because I'm definitely taking this game.
Oh, okay, sure.
Thanks. How are you?
Everything's half price.
Okay.
Just about all of it is half price.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Like that on Thursday.
Did they really? Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Pay upstairs. And
How much for everything is?
this would be about 2.5, and these guys would probably $1 for the rest of it. But if you go upstairs and tell them,
The car is still out there, so we're gonna hold our car to the end of the drive.
okay, I can help you get that down.
Hey guys, welcome back to the haul. So, all things considered, these were not terrible sales. Well, let me say, the estate sale was terrible. It was just very, very picked over. Hardly anything left. I did get 3 items from the estate sale. I'll let you know when I dig them out of the bag. But nothing great. But I only paid $1 for 3 items, but neither one of them were anything spectacular. However, I did do pretty decently at the yard sales, and you never know how you're going to do at a yard sale in December. It's really a crapshoot. I did get a bunch of games. So the lady at the second yard sale sold me 4 games for $10. And so this one is Catchphrase, and I want to say this goes for like $20, $25, but I will definitely flash the comps up there because I looked them up super quick and I'm not really remembering. And then this one is Risk 2210 AD. I always take the time to look up games, not all games, but games that are just a little bit different. Like anything that has to do with battle strategies, war. I mean, there's a real huge following for things like this. And this one was definitely on the list of games to pick up because of the comps. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I also still have to go through and make sure that we have all of the pieces. But this is the 1961 version of this game. So if I find vintage games like Stratego or in the past, I've sold things like Parcheesi and just typical games that you can still get today. But if it's a 1960s, 1970s version of the game, I pick it up because there are collectors that will pick that up. And then there are people that are just looking to pick it up because they've lost parts of theirs or trashed theirs or just really for nostalgia. But anyway, this one does pretty decently. And then the last one, I saw a sold for this one, pre-owned and complete, and jury's still out on it if this is complete, but hopefully it is. And it sold for $119. Now, I do think that's an outlier, to be honest with you, because I saw some that were listed not quite that high. I have to look a little closer. I'm not sure if they have the same version that I do. I can't remember off the top of my head the year of this version of it, and Lord knows it's so awkward and big that I'm having trouble finding it. It should be down here. 1992. So it's totally vintage. I will keep you posted on my progress. I'll tell you what, this thing is super duper heavy, and I'm not entirely sure that I have a box that will fit it. So that part of it is kind of sucky. And I know they make that priority game box, or I think it's called a game box, but it's meant to be to ship board games. But this one is particularly wide, so I don't think it's gonna work. All right, the next great thing that I picked up was this lot of camera equipment and camera for $20. Now, I don't know a lot about cameras, but I'm trying to learn, and that was why I offered her $20 for the whole box, and she was like, sure. Now, what I do know is that Olympus is a good name of camera, only because I've sold an Olympus digital camera like that I picked up at a yard sale. I want to say I paid like $3 or $4. It might have even been in an estate sale, and it sold within an hour of me listing. And so when I looked a little closer, I'm like, oh, okay, Olympus does pretty well. I'm not a camera person, and the cameras that I have had in the past are like, you know, cameras for dummies where it's just point and shoot. I've never used like a lens, so I have no idea anything about these things. Oh, it has a Vivitar lens on it, not an Olympus lens. Okay, so that's a problem. Oh, this one. Okay, so the front one is Olympus and the back one is Vivitar. Okay. Anyway, I still have to jump on YouTube where I find people talking about the OM1, because that's the version of this. But when I looked at comps really quickly, these go for about $80 and can potentially go higher. This strap makes it a little bit more desirable, because I saw some people selling them with the strap and they were going a little bit higher. And then I have a bunch of other lenses. Now, none of these other lenses are Olympus lenses. And this one, oh, this one is a Vivitar. So there's this one. Then there's something in here. Oh, that's falling apart. Okay. And this is the one that I couldn't tell what it was. It just says lens made in Japan. I don't know. I can maybe try a Google lens search. And then it has another little Vivitar doohickey in here. But this one doesn't appear to have a lens. This just seems to be missing the lens part of the lens. I don't know if people use those. Can you like slip lenses in and out of the holder? I don't know. But I'm about to find out. And then it has this Vivitar like automatic flash. So I don't know when I looked up the comps on the automatic flash, because this is super, super duper vintage. This won't go for more than like $15. And what I'll probably do is sell the Olympus camera with the original Olympus lens, although if you can see around, it's a little bit dinged. It's like, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you can see it right kind of down here where it's like bent in a little bit. So anyway, I don't know, but for $20, it's a great learning experience. And I'm excited to see how they move. And if this type of Olympus camera moves the way that that point and shoot digital one went, because that one went like lightning. And who doesn't love a sale like that? Okay. I picked these up for $1 only because I use them in my classroom, and my kids love to make cars, and they're forever losing all of the wheels to make the cars. So I figure, well, for $1, that will keep them busy for a hot minute. I grabbed these UGG boots for $5. And I was really wishing that these were in my size, because these are so beautiful. And it's such a nice, like buttery, soft leather. But alas, they are in a size 8. But hardly anywhere for $5. I mean, that's always going to be a yes. I should be able to get about $30 for these. She also sold me this Coach purse for $5. And I'm telling you, I mean, it still has the stuffing in it. And when I looked inside, there are 0 pen marks. Can you see that? 0 pen marks, 0 anything, any indication that this has ever been used other than on the outside. So the outside of it has some, like, almost like scratching detail, but really just a beautiful condition. Which most of the time when I pick up these purses, these Coach purses, there's just so much gunk on the inside that I really have to do a little bit of a clean before I can even photograph it and list it. But this one is fabulous. And I did see a pre-owned version of this, but it was in teal and it sold for over $100. I saw others in different colors that were listed less than that. So I don't think it's going to go for $100, but I'm hoping it'll go for between 50 and 60 maybe. Fingers crossed on that one. I picked up another pair of Chacos because these were only $2. And Chacos just sell for me. These are in a woman's size 7. Might be a 7.5. But I like picking up these like strappy ones. I think they're the Z something. I can't remember. And this is the classic version of that. I'll flash the style number up there. But I don't even have to clean these. I mean, I just have to rub them down with a wipe, and these are going to be ready to list. I had picked up another pair of Chacos a couple of weeks ago, probably more like 2 months ago, and I still haven't listed them because I have to scrape off all of the dried-in mud, and I just keep saying, well, it's winter. Who's going to be buying Chacos? But you know, these things sell year-round, so I really need to make sure I get that stuff listed. All right, so these are the estate sale purchases, and it's just this little dimensions kit that was originally $9.99. It's for a cross stitch necklace and this cute little Santa. And I saw sold comps for this for $9. And this, the only sold comp that I could find was like, I want to say it was like $15 or $17, but it was for 3 of them. So I don't know that they'll go very high, but these are fun things for me to pick up and easy to store, list, ship. You know how I love that. All right, I probably only picked this up because being a former New Yorker, I love the Mets. But when I looked at comps, these seem to sell right around the $20 mark. And this one seemed to be in really good condition. Now, granted, I was looking at it in the basement, so the lighting wasn't spectacular, but now that I'm looking at it in the light of day, I don't really see any problems with it, so that's good, because then I can just slap it on my little styrofoam head and get that puppy listed. The last 2 items are 2 more pairs of shoes. I also paid, I paid $3 for these, not $2. And these are just FootJoy golf shoes. They move all day long, probably not for much more than 20 bucks. I will be able to easily get those scuff marks cleaned up, and they will be ready to list for spring. I can't remember what size. Oh, these are a size 7 too. And so the most that I have to do is really just scrape that out with a brush and get it all cleaned up. And then the last thing that I got are these really cute little Coach wedge slip-on sandals for $2. I do really well with Coach shoes. The bottoms do not have that much wear on them, a little bit on the heel, particularly the right heel there. But still, for $2, I will definitely get between 18 and 20 for these, if not more, particularly because it is their signature version of the wedge heel. So, or rather of the wedge shoe. So those should do fine for a $2 investment. All right, guys, that's everything for this Thrift With Me video. It is so good to be back out at sales after a 3-week hiatus. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that there's something that I can hit up next week. As we get closer and closer to Christmas. I know it's going to be a little bit sparse, but I'm hoping for some good estate sales, if nothing else, next weekend. As always, if you like this content, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.